Alright, DoomTubers, welcome back to another pickups video. I know that I said I wasn't really going to do another pickup video until I get my 3DS, but I bought some games. Sue me. I'm filming a little bit differently this time. I actually got my phone switched around, so I'm actually looking at myself now. So it's a little weird, a little freaking me out a little bit. But I figured this way I can tell if the game is in focus, or whatever it is I'm showing is in focus, and then whatever. So I got several games here and one non-game, but the non-game is very small. It's another one of the Halo Mega Bloks figures. This is just, it's got a specific name. It's a pretty common one. It's a little purple figure with a shotgun, old shotty. So that's pretty cool. I'm kind of collecting these, not like really seriously, but I've got a couple of the small ones. Now, this was actually one of the blind packs, so it, very minimal extra stuff there. Just pretty much just the figure and the weapon, and then a little block to stand on. Then I got one other small set. Then I got the Master Chief Cortana Cryo set that I haven't actually taken out of the box yet, but I probably will soon. I'm a little Halo crazy right now. First set of games here I got from a really good friend of mine. He was selling off some games, and he was going to take them to Game Exchange and see what he could get for them. And the ones I didn't buy from him, he took, which is a substantial amount of games, a bunch of PS2 games and some other stuff. And he was only going to get like $19 for like 30 games. So he's like, screw that. So he said he was going to sell them online. I wasn't really interested in any more that he had, but I did pick up the ones that I was interested in. He gave me a really great price. I got 4 Super Nintendo games and 2 N64 games for $16 total, which I thought was spectacular. So I went ahead and picked them up. First up is the 2 N64 games. They're not great, but I'm a big fan of classic WCW wrestling. So I picked up WCW NWO Revenge, and also picked up Mayhem. Like I said, I mean, these ended up being like less than $3 a piece for those two, and these 4 Super Nintendo games. Nothing wonderful. One of them that I really like, and the rest of them I don't know if I'll even keep them. I might try to throw them up on my trade thread, try to get a good trade out of them. But I did pick up F-Zero, and I picked up Final Fight, the first one. And I picked up Super Punch-Out. And then the one I was excited about, Super R-Type. Very, very happy to have this one. Love R-Type. And finally have it on the Super Nintendo now is pretty awesome. Okay. Those are the only retro games I have. The rest of it is either this generation or just the last generation consoles. And I went to town a couple days ago to pick up some games, and we left a little early, so I was able to go to a store that normally I'm unable to because it's closed. There's a really great pawn shop in a city nearby, and it closes at like 6 o'clock, and it's like an hour away from me. So usually by the time I get there after 5, it's 6 o'clock, so I don't get to go there. But it was open this time because we left a little early. We got there about 4:30. And I picked up 3 original Xbox games for 99 cents each. And they're disc only, but they do have cases. So I was pretty excited about that. I'm very sorry if you can hear there's a very large, loud truck outside right now, annoying the crap out of me. But I did pick up Return to Castle Wolfenstein Ties of War, which is awesome. I haven't played it yet, but I'm very happy to have it. I hope it works. That's one of the big things. I haven't even tried it out. And then I picked up Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. I don't know how well y'all can see that, but there it is, Brotherhood of Steel. And in this one I was pretty excited to pick up, but there's a gigantic scratch in the disc, so I'm probably going to have to get it taken and get it resurfaced. But it is Arx Fatalis, the original Xbox, and like I said, it's in pretty crap shape. humongous gash in it. So hopefully I can get that fixed. If not, I'm only out 99 cents, so it's not too big of a deal. This is going to be a short pickup video. Then also at that same pawn shop, I picked up for like $6. I picked up Devil May Cry 4, and it's just disc only, but that's all right. I don't really care. Devil May Cry 4. Very excited to play some games in this series. I really want to pick up DMC, the newest one. It looks amazing, and I played the demo for that. So I'm sure this one is going to be good. Although I think that game is a bit of a departure, but I still wanted to play the old ones, older ones. So here's my first one. I got 4. And next I went to GameStop, and I was going to pick up a pre-order, and I'll show you that one in a second. I'm sure you know what it is already, so I don't really care. But they didn't have it. It got delayed a day, so I was unable to get it that night. But here a couple days later, yesterday actually, a friend picked it up for me, and I got it today. So one of my coworkers who's going to be in that town, because I live kind of far away from my closest GameStop is like an hour away. But I picked up some other games too. I picked up 4 games. First off, I got to talking to the guy in there as soon as I got there. We're talking about some different games, and I mentioned No More Heroes, and he's like, "Hey, oh yeah, we got that," and we talking about it a little bit. So that's cool that I finally get to pick this up. Pretty excited to play this game. As you can see, it was only $9 used, which is all right by me. And then a predictable pickup, because I talked about it in just my last couple of videos, actually. I did pick up Halo 3 ODST. Pretty good price on that. I was actually really hoping I would find Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition too, but I didn't. I just had to pick up this one, which is good because this is the one that I wanted to play right now before I play Halo 4. So there we go, Halo 3 ODST. This one I picked up, it was disc only, cart only I guess I should say, and it's actually in my DS right now. It's a DS game. I'll go ahead and get that out. DS is in my pocket. And it is, very excited to have this. It's Etrian Odyssey 3, The Drowned City. I don't even know how well you can see that. It doesn't look very good on my camera screen here, but oh well, there it is. But I had an empty DS case, and today I was just messing around at work, and I printed out a generic cover because they actually didn't have this game on the coverproject.net. Was kind of bummed about. Thinking about putting a request in on that, but I don't really know how all that works. They had Etrian Odyssey 2, but they didn't have 3. So I just went out and found a really good like big picture, I guess, and kind of stretched it out to the size of a DS case. It's a really crappy print job, and when I didn't realize it, when I expanded the picture, because it didn't distort it on the screen, but when I printed it, it did kind of distort it. But I printed out kind of a cool little cover for it. It just kind of, it's like a, I don't know what you call that, panoramic, I guess. Just kind of artwork just goes all the way around. It says Etrian Odyssey 3, Drowned City right there. So yeah, just really generic. I thought it was cool, cool looking artwork, I've been playing this game for a little while now, like, I don't know, a couple of hours anyway. I'm having a lot of fun. I've heard from a lot of people, a lot of sources, say that these games are freaking hard and they're unforgiving, and I understand that, but I'm going forward and hoping that I'm making good choices, I guess, in like my character classes and stuff like that. I haven't read into it too much, but really fun game so far. And then last but not least, haven't put this in yet, but I'm thinking about playing it a little bit tonight. I did pick up Pandora's Tower. Very, very, very excited to have this. Xseed, of course, give this game to us, and I have a feeling, of course, like many fans of these RPGs as of late, especially the ones on the Wii, I have a feeling this is going to get really expensive, in not too far in the future. Clearly, I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles is ridiculous, and I think Last Story is still pretty cheap. I think you can find that one still pretty easily. Dustin Christ hooked me up with a copy not too long ago, so I don't have to worry about that one, but it's very tough to find a Xenoblade Chronicles, and it's a very sought after game, and I have a feeling that this game is going to do the same thing eventually. So glad to pick this up while it's new. Pre-ordered it, so I guaranteed myself a copy, and yeah, it wasn't too expensive either. I think it ended up being like 40 something, 42 bucks, something like, I don't even remember how much it cost. Like about 40 bucks for this, which is good. I mean, because most new games cost 60. So I thought that was a really good price for a brand new game. So I think that's about it for the Wii. Really, I haven't heard too many other new games, like actual new releases coming out for the Wii, which is fine because I really hope that Nintendo decides to go full bore on the Wii U. That'd be great for owners of the system. And as I've said maybe before, the Wii U will probably be my next generation console, at least for the next couple of years. I'm looking forward to getting a Wii U. Maybe the first part of next year, perhaps, or maybe around the holidays. Not really sure. There's a couple more things I'd like to get before then. Of course, a 3DS is on my immediate list, and also a Vita. But after that, though, the PS4, maybe in a couple of years, and the new Xbox, I find myself really torn because I probably will want to get it when the Halo game for the system is released. I'm kind of hoping that they squeeze out another one out of the 360, to be honest. It doesn't have to be necessarily like a Halo 5. I'm hopeful for a Halo 2 HD remake. I'm really hopeful for that because they did that with the Combat Evolved. It would be really awesome to get an HD remake of 2. And it would also be nice to get a 4.5 game, kind of like ODST is to Halo 4 or Halo 3. It would be nice to get another game like that, or both perhaps would be great on the 360. I mean, just to prolong the series, I guess. Whatever. I just really like to play Halo, and I don't think that Halo is 100% gone the way of Call of Duty. I mean, they're not releasing a game every year, and all of the games that have come out have been pretty substantial, good story-wise. The only one I would, say would be they slapped the Halo name on it, but as I haven't played it, is Halo Wars. And the only reason I say that is because it's not made by the same companies that made the regular games, and it was a completely different kind of game. So, I mean, not knocking that game at all, because I really want to play it. I really want to own it, because it's Halo. But yeah, it's not the same because it was made by a different company and obviously a different kind of game. But I've rambled on long enough. That is actually everything I picked up, which is nothing to shake a stick at. I mean, that's some substantial games, some games I'm really excited to play, and I really am probably going to slow down a little bit too to get my 3DS because it's been a while since I had a big haul of games like this. I mean, this isn't crazy amounts, but substantial. I've been playing games more. I mean, I guess that's the thing. It's like I'm collecting a little less and playing more, which it's people talk about. I see YouTube videos where people talk about that all the time. Slowing down, collecting, and playing more. It naturally happens. Obviously, if you spend a lot of time playing the games you have first, you're a lot less likely to spend a lot on more games. Whereas, if you're concentrated on buying games, you're not going to play that many, or play them for an extended period of time. You may put it in to try it out, maybe play it for a couple of hours, but then that's it. So yeah, that's it. 3DS is on the horizon. Really looking forward to getting that system and some games for it, especially because the 3DS I use is not mine. So it'd be nice to have, or actually just DS. The DS I use isn't mine. So it'll be nice to get a 3DS so I can actually use my own. And I saw today that they released a Circle Pad Pro for the 3DS XL, which is awesome. Dustin Christ mentioned that to me earlier today, and I saw it also. So very cool. Circle Pad Pro 3DS XL on the horizon, hopefully. Thanks for watching. Doom Waves out.